Marvel Legends, X-Men, issue 275, blue and gold uniforms. Let's get it. What's good, my peeps? The Rock is back at you again. We've got a 3-pack for you. Part 2. Finally, the last half of the issue 275 from Uncanny X-Men. The blue and gold costumes. This was the issue that introduced them. And Hasbro has brought that team consisting of 7 characters. It started off with Wolverine in the X-Men Retro wave number 2, and then it continued on with the first of these 3-packs. That first 3-pack consisted of Storm, Jubilee, and Forge. Here we've got Gambit, Banshee, and Psylocke. So the team is officially complete with the inclusion of this 3-pack, and we are going to check that out. You see, we've got the gang already posed up. This is how they came out of packaging, so you already know. Looking at the packaging, you see the digital renders of all 3 figures there, as well as the artwork. That artwork behind them is the cover, the spread out cover of issue 275, where the blue and gold costumes were introduced. You've got the X-Men logo down there below. It's the X-Men's 60th anniversary, so that's why you see that there at the top. Some artwork there on the side there. And on the other side, we've got digital renders of the figures themselves. And on the back, we have digital renders of the figs again. We've got Gambit there on our far left, and it shows his accessories. Another set of hands. One of the sets of hands has the throwing cards as well as his bow staff. In the middle, we've got Banshee, and it shows that he comes with a pair of hands and a screaming head, which is appropriate for his power set. And then Psylocke, bringing up the right side, she's got her telekinetic sword and her side knife, as well as a pair of hands, a fist, and a left C grip in hand. So here we have our 3 blue and gold members of the X-Men team from issue 275, the introduction of the blue and gold uniforms. We've got them rotating so you can get a look at them, and they look pretty good. We've got Banshee and Gambit. They're on the new Vulcan body molds, which is great. As far as Psylocke is concerned, she's got it going on with the Shriek body mold, and it's the Shriek body mold. I was trying to see if it was modified. It may be modified, but we get the double jointed elbows and knees, so that's great right there. So I believe it is the Shriek body mold entirely. If anybody knows any different, I'm not going to go check. It doesn't really matter. We know that we've got the pinless knees and the elbows, so it's all good as far as that is concerned. As we saw in the back of the packaging, Gambit comes with his bow staff as well as a set of hands. The left hand you see is the card throwing hands after they've been kinetically charged up, and we also get a left C grip in hand, and we get a single kinetically charged card showing energy emanating from it for Gambit, and both the throwing hand with the cards and this, you see it's molded in a fluorescent purplish color. And finally for Gambit, he comes with his little man purse, his little man bag there. You know what I'm saying. Anyway, you see molded in a brown. Hasbro did bless us with some paint. You see the buckles and the snap are silver, as well as the buckle for the strap. So got to be happy with that. Banshee comes with a pair of grasping hands, as you can see, as well as this screaming head sculpt. And I get to say screaming because that is the very nature of Sean Cassidy's power. He screams, sonic, creates all kinds of sonic sonic energy effects. In fact, they allow him to fly, so that's cool. The head sculpt looks very, very nice. Gotta love that. It really would have been nice if his daughter Siren came with a similar expression. Psylocke comes with an additional set of hands, left closed fist, and a right salute slash karate chop hand. Her side knife also molded in a fluorescent purple. Her sai katana also molded in that purple. And the energy effect that goes around that katana, that sword, also molded in fluorescent purple. We're going to go boy, girl, boy, and we'll start off with Banshee because he is the character that we have been asking for the longest. We got a Banshee a long time ago in the dark days of Hasbro back then, and wasn't a very good figure, but at the time we didn't have anything to compare to be able to determine that it wasn't that good of a figure, with the exception of comparing Hasbro to Toy Biz, which went on for a great deal of time. But in the scope of all things, that was the only Banshee that we had gotten. This Banshee is, as I stated before, is on the Vulcan body, and is a definite improvement overall over the previous Banshee. And this one looks pretty good. Let's get our hands on him. I'm going to extend his arms out so we can see his cape slash wings. As you can see right there, he's got the butterfly joints. You can actually get his arms to move up a little bit more, so you can get those wings, if you will, even more fully extended. So there you have it right there. Pretty nice. It's the Vulcan body. I'm not even going to go through the articulation. We've seen the Vulcan body enough times already, which is crazy. It's a good thing. Not going to get it twisted. It's a good thing. But yeah, his wings come to the back there. They're connected via these slots, as you can see right there. So that you're going to have to be very careful. Same thing there over there on the his rib cage. So be very careful. And at the bottom there of his boots, on the bottom, the top of his boots, the bottom of the cape is there. So be very, very careful with that. That's probably the one thing that could have possibly been done better. But hey, I'm not going to sit there and be overly critical over it, because it's a good figure. And yeah, we got a new Banshee, and now we have him next to the old Banshee. As I stated, this was from the back in the day with Hasbro, and you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, not a very good figure, but for the time it was what it was. I will make mention of this though, as far as the cape slash wings are concerned. They were applied differently. They actually were pegged in. As you can see right there, you see that peg, and then there's a hole right there at the bottom. So I don't know if that's necessarily better. It may very well be better in terms of application there, but that's how it was at the sign of the times. And of course, because he's old and kind of gummy, he doesn't want to stand up again. Okay, there we go. It's a little bit better. But yeah, that's our Banshee combined up against the old schooler. Now they've got the basis for one. We'll eventually get one in that classic green costume. I want to talk about the head sculpt on Sean, aka Banshee, and once again, the digital print tech has done wonders for these figures in their the realistic nature of how they appear. And it's just the same with Banshee here. The face looks nice. He's got the that Irish red hair, or is he Scottish? Irish. And you see everything looks good there. Everything is got the red. That what is it? What is it? Strawberry blonde or whatever it was, strawberry red, whatever it's called. Anyhow, I'm getting that all messed up, so I'm going to quit while I'm behind. Anyway, it still looks good. Once again, as I always do, we're going to get the profile. Very, very nice. Those profiles just look great to me. I mean, whether they're comic based or based on live action actors, it looks very nice. Very, very nice. And the same can be said with the Screaming Head, which I am so glad that they included with this set, because what is Banshee without having an expression like this? Because that's how he uses his powers. I mean, like with his daughter Siren and her neutral head, she effectively is grounded. You know what I'm saying? In terms of when you pose her, anything you pose her should only be done with her on the ground, because she doesn't have a screaming head, and it doesn't make sense. But enough about her. This is about him. And yeah, the screaming head looks very, very nice as well. It's got they even made sure, meaning Hasbro, look at the cheeks. The cheeks have they're like, they're even red in terms of trying to show some stress from him screaming. And there's that diagonal semi-profile. Oh, head came off. See if I can pop that back on right there on the spot. Yep, there we go. And there's the other side there. Looking very, very nice, I tell you. Pretty good there. Next up, we've got Psylocke, and she's on that shriek body. So just like with Banshee, we're not going to go through the articulation. If you want to see the articulation on any of these figs, you'll be able to click on the end screen that will have the first 3-pack. We went over the articulation there, and the adult figures from that first set has similar bucks. So we went through the articulation there, so you can peep that there. We won't bandy about here. What we will do is take a look at Psylocke close up as we take a look at her head sculpt, and beautiful it is. Very nice. She's got the symbolic purple hair, and it's more than likely probably her best portrait to date. Let's do the profile thing, of course. I guess that's my new jam, doing the profile thing. I've been doing that for a few videos now, so I'm going to just keep that going, showing the diagonal profile. I guess I can go a little bit more. Her hair is impeding a little bit because it swoops over her left shoulder. But yeah, very, very, very nice. Very nice portrait indeed. And speaking of nice, here's Psylocke, previous iteration of her. This is it's got the purple hair, so this is the run and change from when she was out previously. She came initially with they had it all twisted. I believe she had dark hair, and her the colors of her costume were off. And then the run and change, she ended up with the purple hair and with the color of costume she has now, or I got backwards mixed up, either or. But the point here is how nice, even that sculpt was very nice as well. She also came out in the Phantom X Nimrod 3-pack. I'm not going to break that out because the point is being made right here in terms of how nice the head sculpts are. This older one is very nice too, but I still I'm really feeling this new issue 275 head sculpt. And we may as well get a full body comparison in. As you can see, they both have the same effects, just molded in different colors. But on our right is the usual way that we know Psylocke, her classic costume, if you will. And of course, we've got our blue and gold, blue and yellow, aka issue 275. Bringing up the rear, we've got Gambit. Of course, he's on that same body mold and looking very, very nice indeed. And here he is next to the, this is the retro series Gambit right here. That was a Target exclusive, if I recall correctly. Of course, he came out, this same version, just different colors, had come out in a previous X-Men wave. And like I said, different colors. The coat, we've seen that coat a million times before, starting with Nick Fury way back in the day. They just kept changing the colors, and of course it's plastic. Unlike the first Gambit we got from the Toy Biz days, which had a soft goods coat. And, you know, they would do things like that back then. And as you can see, though, the figure itself, by today's standards, isn't that good. As you can no doubt tell, smaller. That's because Toy Biz, even though they're all technically classified at 6-inch scale, Toy Biz used to go up to 6 inches, unless the character was a larger character, of course. Whereas now the average height for a male character is about 6 1/4, maybe 6.5 inches tall. I'll say 6 1/4 is the average. But I digress. What I can see there, though, is, like I said, the jacket that the Toy Biz Gambit had. As far as our blue and yellow Gambit, yes, he appeared in this costume in issue 275, but the very next issue, this is how he looked. Had his jacket back, just had it over the blue and gold. You know, he's got his man purse there, underneath there, and of course he's got his bow staff, and I've got him with one of his cards already smoldering. So this is the true classic look. Without the coat, you could call that first appearance blue and gold Gambit, but this is typically how he appeared for the duration that he wore this costume. And what we've all been waiting for is finally here. The group shot. We've got issue 275, Uncanny X-Men, blue and gold. The training uniform squad, if you will, when they wore these costumes. Yes, indeed. And we've got both 3 packs, excuse me, as well as Wolverine, which kicked it off in that X-Men Retro Wave 2. As he came in the blue and gold, we knew we were getting the rest of the team. I am surprised and elated that we got them as quickly as we did. Hasbro will take years to complete squads, but not this go round. We've got the whole team, and we got it inside of 12 months, so that's pretty cool. 7 figures, 7 characters, and all in matching costumes. We're going to go from our left to our right. At the top, we've got Gambit. Below, we've got Psylocke. Then above, in the center, we have got Storm, followed by Wolverine and Jubilee. And then off to the right and the rear, we have Banshee. And, of course, we have Forge. 7 up, 7 down. That's how it's done.